The Indian Prime Minister held delegation-level talks with the European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen, who was on a two-day-long visit to India. The two leaders reviewed the progress of negotiations in the ongoing comprehensive trade agreement, and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and von der Leyen issued directions to conclude an ambitious free trade agreement by the end of this year, as the two leaders vowed to expand the India-EU strategic partnership in areas of defence, security and critical technology.
कल और आज अलग अलग सेक्टर की लगभग 20 मंत्री स्तर की बैठकें हुई है। विभिन्न क्षेत्रीय और वैश्विक मुद्दों पर सिंसियर और मीनिंगफुल चर्चा हुई है। हमारी पार्टनरशिप को एलिवेट और एक्सेलरेट करने के लिए कई महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय लिए गए हैं। ट्रेड, टेक्नोलॉजी, इन्वेस्टमेंट, इनोवेशन, ग्रीन ग्रोथ, सिक्योरिटी, स्किलिंग और मोबिलिटी पर सहयोग का एक ब्लूप्रिंट तैयार किया गया है।
Europe and India are coming together, and as I read in the news, so are the planets. Indeed, today 7 planets in our solar system come into perfect alignment. And that is a very outstanding event. And they say that this event signals transformation and growth. And that's exactly the moment we find ourselves in. The planets are aligned, and so are Europe and India.
The visit saw some pretty extensive discussions between the two sides, with nearly 20 ministerial-level meetings held across different sectors. In a major step towards boosting global trade routes, India and the European Union have agreed to take some concrete measures to advance the India-Middle East-Europe economic corridor. Both sides have also reinforced their cooperation in cybersecurity, maritime security and counter-terrorism. India welcomed the EU's decision to join the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative. And for more on this, our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibil, is joining us live from New Delhi. Siddhant, these are some pretty important meetings that have taken place between India and the European Union. Give us a sense as to why India and European Union are coming together in this manner.
Well, Mohammed, let me start by quoting the words of Ursula von der Leyen that the planets and the stars are aligned, and that dramatic opening by her is something that sums up the relationship. But a lot of outcomes as the day comes to an end here in India. First, of course, is the fact that both the leaders have committed to conclusion of free trade agreement in this 1 year. Now, there are two aspects to it. First, of course, the free trade agreement has been languishing for almost 2 decades. Now, of course, there is resumption of the negotiations, the next round of negotiations. The 10th round will take place in Brussels next month. Now, essentially, that aside, it looks like that because of Trump disrupting the global trade with, of course, his announcements on tariff, there is an urgency both in Brussels and New Delhi to conclude an FTA early on. The second, of course, is how India and the EU can work together on issues like green hydrogen. In fact, all the commissioners came to Hyderabad House where the talks happen on a bus which is powered by green hydrogen, on AI, on artificial intelligence, on supply chains as well. This is something that indirectly refers to, of course, China. But essentially the optics of today's meetings here in Delhi shows that while both sides are working with each other, there is an urgency, especially in Brussels, to engage with New Delhi at a time when it is facing the wrath of Donald Trump's America. But all in all, we know that later this year, there will be the big India-EU summit where the outcomes from this meeting will play into and as to how both sides form a new strategic partnership.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Siddhant Sibil, for joining us with those updates there.